Velkommen til DKMC podcast. Podcasten, der handler om... Hvad fanden handler den om, Daniel?
Den handler om motorcykler.
Ja, for fanden. God fornøjelse.
So, Ilardes,
Yes.
That's how you pronounce it, right?
That's about how you pronounce it, yeah.
Great. So, we're at Stuck Festival here in Denmark. And the reason why this is recorded in English is because otherwise it would be a waste of time speaking to you, to be honest. So, we met you, Mads and I, here from the podcast, met you a couple of days ago at Modstock, being South African,
Yes.
you are, here in Denmark for the first time.
Yeah.
Really intrigued to hear what your thoughts of Modstock was. The bike culture, I know you do off-road riding yourself. Can you put it into words, your background?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I started a company. I took over the family farm and started a company safari company in South Africa, in the north of South Africa, about 40 kilometers from the Botswana border.
So pretty high up in South Africa.
Pretty high up in South Africa.
Yeah.
Right up in the north.
Yeah.
We are situated about 130 kilometers from the city of Polokwane.
Yeah.
Up in the north. And we do a little bit of everything. We do a lot of hunting, a lot of motorcycle tours, a lot of photo safaris, and just ordinary tours and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I customize all of my
custom experiences, or whatever you would call it.
I customize all of my tours and the hunting as much as I can. So I try to give my clients what they want instead of a strict scripted guided tour or hunt or
so it's more customizable now.
More customizable. Yeah.
So the next question obviously is, what the hell are you doing in Denmark? So we're at Modstock Festival now, and for those that are listening that don't know about it, I'm guessing most of our listeners do know, but in the off chance that they don't, it's a festival for dirt bikes, ADV bikes, off-roaders of sorts, and situated here at Event Park, where Brian, the guy that owns Jensen Motorcycles,
yes,
he facilitates everything. He owns the land, right?
Yeah, he owns the land.
And he's the reason why you're here, right?
He's the reason why I'm here.
Yeah.
I met Brian. I took a small trip on the motorcycle one day, and I was actually coming back to the farm and driving through one of the small towns that we have in the area.
Yeah.
And I saw two bikes standing at the fuel station.
Yeah.
And I, being the person that I am,
you can't stop.
I just couldn't resist to go and ask them where they're from and where they're going.
Were the number plates on the bikes and not?
Yeah, they were number plates.
Okay.
I just couldn't see what number plates they were, but I didn't really care.
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter to me.
No, true.
If you're on a bike, you're my person.
Exactly. You're someone worthwhile listening to.
Yeah. So, I pulled up into the gas station and stopped and asked Brian, where you guys from? Where you going? And he said to me, oh, we're from Denmark and we have no clue where we are or no clue where we're going. So we're a bit lost.
Yeah.
And I then immediately invited him to my farm, and I have a lodge on the farm.
Okay.
So we gave them a nice and cozy place to sleep and some good food and a cold beer. And the next day, we got talking that night, and the next day I took them on a trip on the motorcycles for about 5 days. We did roughly 1,500 kilometers.
Oh, that's a lot.
Just in my area.
Yeah.
Mostly on dirt tracks.
Yeah.
A bit of hard enduro style tracks
as
well that I had to throw in.
These guys are pretty experienced off-road riders.
Yeah, especially Brian. He's very good on a dirt bike. And a couple of weeks later, he phoned me again and said that he's got a couple of his other friends that he wants to bring to Africa to come and ride with me, because he loved the scenery and the trails that we did.
Yeah.
And he bought 4 more of his friends, and we did another, I think, a 5-day trip.
Yeah.
And after that, we parted and they went to do Lesotho.
Yeah.
but they've been coming to me quite a couple of times, and Brian has become a very good friend of mine.
Yeah.
And he talked to me about Mudstuck and what it's all about, and invited me over and said, "You've got to see it. You would love it." And I do love it.
Yeah, exactly.
I really do love it.
So that brings me to the next point, which is, well, you showed Brian around and his friend and the people that came after.
Yes.
Showed them around in your
Yeah.
area, which is so vast compared to what we have. Is so much bigger. What were your thoughts about coming to Denmark? So I'm guessing, I don't know. I don't know how well the geography teachings in school is. Did you know much about Denmark?
I knew quite a bit about Denmark
Okay.
and some of its history, and obviously seen a lot of photos on YouTube and on the internet and Instagram and that kind of
So you were
places.
aware. Yeah.
So I knew exactly what Denmark was about, but it's actually my first time in Europe. So
yeah, exactly. That's what we talked about the other day.
It's a totally new experience, but it's been so great.
Well,
it's very different to South Africa, obviously, but it's still the people I've met were amazing. The trips I've done with Brian and his friends on motorcycles around Denmark was incredible, and all in all, it was just such a great time.
Yeah, worthwhile.
I've really enjoyed every single minute in Denmark.
Oh, fantastic. Well, you've timed it right. So being South African, being accustomed to the heat, you came here when we had the fucking heat wave of the century.
Yeah, a lot of people have actually been saying that I've brought the South African weather to
yeah,
Denmark.
you must have. You must have. We didn't have it before you came and just had it after. So what bike do you ride in South Africa?
I have 3 bikes. My area is probably one of the most diverse, has the most diverse topography in the whole of South Africa.
Okay.
So you can be riding in sort of sub-Savannan to Savannan kind of region.
Yeah.
And 40 kilometers later, you're in a tropical jungle. And it's completely different. In every single way.
Okay.
So
So in that case, it's hard to have one bike fits all.
Yeah, it's hard to compromise with a one bike fits all. Obviously, on the larger tours that I take with the guys, I take a Yamaha 700 Tenere.
Yeah, the same as we have.
The same as you have.
Yeah. I'm just
the ultimate adventure bike.
I'm so surprised to hear that you travel halfway around the world and it's the same bike.
Yeah. But on the area where I have my farm, it's fairly flat. There's not a lot of hills and mountainous areas.
Yeah.
Which is strange considering that we are 20 kilometers from the Soutpansberg mountain range, but it's really flat. So I have a KTM 500 EXCF.
Yeah.
That is just the perfect bike for.
It goes everywhere.
For on that farm.
Okay. That's still not a pretty heavy bike, is it?
No, it's very light. I think it's 115 kilograms.
Oh, Christ, yeah. Okay,
something in the line of. And then obviously if we head into the mountains and start doing hard enduro, Romaniacs, Erzberg type of riding.
Yeah.
I've got a KTM 300 XCW.
Okay.
So, perfect bike for the mountains.
You told me a funny story.
Really stunning bike for the mountains.
Oh yeah, I imagine. And I'm guessing that being that Brian was down visiting you, being a KTM guy himself, only dealing KTMs, probably like the fact that you had 2 KTMs. But you told me a funny story, and I think it's worthwhile repeating the fact that he rode the Tenere as well.
Yeah, on the first day that we did the trip when I met him, so the day after I met him, about 20 kilometers in to the trip, he flagged me down, and I thought, shit, what's wrong? Is the other guy, did he crash? What's going on? And he said, can we switch bikes? And I said, yeah, that's not a problem. I saw you could handle yourself because we were driving around on the farm as well.
Yeah.
Obviously on the big bikes. And he just refused to get off it. And knowing Brian, he would never, ever in his life admit it,
No,
but
he doesn't sell them. So
you could see that he was enjoying the Tenere all the way.
Isn't it weird
And
that just for
every
that sake?
every time we stopped to to take a break or to have a look at the scenery or take some photos, or every single time we stopped, I thought, okay, I can get my bike back. And Brian was just running for the Tenere and saying, no, you take my bike, you take my bike. And I thought, you're enjoying it.
Yeah, but he won't admit it.
He won't admit it.
As long as he's not a
Being the
Yamaha
KTM.
dealer. Yeah.
Being the KTM and Honda dealer, he won't admit it.
No.
But it's just
It's
a
such a
stunning
good bike. Yeah, it is.
It's a stunning bike. It's amazing what you can do with them.
Yeah.
I've done some hard enduro kind of riding with it that I shouldn't actually be doing, but it does it and it survives it.
Yeah.
So yeah,
we did some
bike.
pretty single track trails the day before last as well that we weren't even remotely ready for, but just gave into it and chugged along on the Teneres.
I'm guessing Brian coaxed you into to the single trails.
Exactly, and that made it through. We had to be a couple of guys to pull it out of the forest. I got stuck between two trees.
Yeah.
It was one of Brian's friends that led the route, but they were on two Stark Margs, so they go everywhere.
Those are skinny bikes.
Yeah, and those things are not skinny bikes. So Mess and I have actually contemplated for a while now downsizing a bit and going down to 450s. But I think it's difficult just to go down to 450. You kind of have to get one of each. So that leads me into the next thing. So you and I yesterday did a couple or an hour or so on the trail bikes.
I'm hooked.
So proper trail bikes.
I'm hooked.
You were hooked. I'm
I'm
looking for a trail bike right now.
Yeah, I heard you're thinking of buying one.
Yeah, I actually found one, and I told Ole, the guy,
on the Facebook.
Yeah, exactly, and those are amazing things. I think if you not perfect it, but if you get really, really good at a trail bike, you will be monstrously good.
It's actually
on bigger bikes.
Chris Birch from New Zealand.
Yeah.
He's the sort of KTM ambassador. He also does riding schools and that kind of thing all over the world.
Yeah.
Red Bull athlete. So he's won hard enduros like Roof of Africa. He's won Erzberg. He's competed in Romaniacs and that kind of thing as well. So he's a stunning rider. And every single time he would tell the guys that I can teach you guys how to ride off-road on an adventure bike.
Yeah.
But the best you can do is get a trials bike.
Yeah.
Learn what you need on a trials bike and just take those skills and apply them to adventure bike riding. And
obviously there are
Makes
limitations.
the world of difference.
Obviously there are limitations for normal human beings.
Yeah.
In the size of a big bike.
Yeah.
But just the fact that you know exactly how to pop the front wheel, how to get over a log.
And balance.
Balance
is a really, really big aspect in riding in general.
Yeah.
I mean, even on street bikes.
Ole, did you see that yesterday? Ole showed the best way to practice balance on the bike is to make the front tire on the trail bike a little bit lower than the back tire, creating a rut
Sort
with the
of
front wheel.
dig it in a little.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Put it offset and just get on the high side and just stand there. You don't even have to have the engine running.
Yeah.
Just
Actually,
do that over and
at
over
home, I've started to practice it a lot because I've seen that I'm good at riding, but my balance is a bit horrible. So I've actually started to practice it a lot, that I take the 300 and just literally in my garage, just try and stand up on the bike from with the engine off and everything.
Yeah.
And just try and balance the bike and do different things in different ways and condition myself to balance the bike a little bit better.
Then you can handle it much better, right?
Yeah.
What type of equipment do you have on your Tenere? Is it pretty stripped out or?
No, it's very basic. It's actually standard.
Yeah.
I think the only thing that's...
But it's a standard Tenere. It's not a world raid or anything.
It's not a world raid.
No.
It's just a standard Tenere.
Yeah, like ours, yeah.
I don't even have crash bars on. It's really...
I actually don't think you need
the only thing that I do have on the bike that's different.
Yeah.
But I bought the bike with it.
Yeah.
So it's not something I did to the bike. Is a quite a big bash plate.
Okay.
But other than that, it's stock standard.
Yeah. You don't need to do anything to it. What about the gearing standard as well?
Yeah, gearing is standard.
Yeah, I just changed the gearing.
Maybe need to look into putting a little bit softer springs, front and rear.
Yeah.
Because I'm a skinny, short guy. So
yeah, because
I currently, it's not a problem. It's never been an issue. I've been riding with it without any troubles.
Yeah.
But when I get on the bike, there's no sag at all.
No. But you could. I know
it could be better. My riding would improve.
Yes.
So much more if I do put softer springs front and rear.
Yeah, exactly. Because being that you're a pretty lightweight guy, you don't really compress the suspension in any way. So all the preload is not. Yeah, you don't preload it when you sit on it. So the sag isn't there at all. No.
And I've looked up the settings of the suspension. And I have turned it down on the compression, not so much in the rebound, but the compression front and rear to the lowest setting recommended by Yamaha.
Okay.
To sort of compensate a little bit for my weight.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm going to need to send it into a suspension specialist.
Yeah. What luggage do you put on when you go off-road or you go on a trip?
I've been using a Touratech.
Yeah.
One of the 30-liter duffel bags.
Yeah.
But it's been enough for the time I've been doing the trips. But I've been thinking of buying a Moscow Moto set for a very long time, and I've been saving up for it. The moment I heard Brian saying that the guy from Moscow was here at Mudstuck, I immediately thought, I'm going to save up and I'm going to just do it.
Did you talk to him?
I've talked to him and everything is organized. So I'm taking a Moscow set home, and I'm so stoked about it. You know, it's going to be
because I think
it's going to be so good.
On the face of it, I think you can look at the price on Moscow equipment and go, that is too expensive. But the quality is just second to none.
I'm a solid believer in
buy
good quality, and it's going to last you forever.
Yeah.
Whereas you can buy something cheap.
Yeah.
If you fall down, or if you have a crash on the bike, it's gonna tear, or something's gonna go wrong, or it's gonna break stitching.
What is
or
it they
something
say?
in the line of,
buy once, cry once.
Buy cheap, get cheap.
Or buy once, cry once. Then it's only a one-time thing, right?
Yeah.
So now you're going back to South Africa soon?
Yes, I'm leaving on Tuesday. I actually have clients coming in on Wednesday, so it's gonna be a tight schedule. I'm gonna land back in South Africa and
go directly.
Immediately head back to the farm to get the clients. But it's been such a good time.
Would you be up for arranging tours for Danish riders as well?
Oh, for sure.
Where do they find you?
I would love it.
Where can they find you?
They can actually. The easiest way would be to contact either Brian or Heidi, his assistant. Yeah. Because they can speak Danish, so it would be easier to communicate.
Most Danes speak English, though, that you probably noticed.
They could contact me as well. Yeah. I've got a website, and
what's the website called? We'll put a link in as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it would be better to put a link in.
Okay. Of course. But your safaris is called
Vetgat Safaris.
Vetgat Safaris.
Yeah. So Vetgat is in English we call it a shepherd's tree.
Yeah.
The Latin name for it is Boschia albitrunca.
Okay.
It's a very common tree in South Africa in general.
Okay.
And we have a lot of them on the farm. Yeah. So 20 years back when my grandfather bought the property, the moment they entered the farm, the first thing they saw was Vetgat, and they were just everywhere. So
it made sense.
He just stood at the gate of the farm and thought, this is what we're going to call the farm.
Yeah.
And it's quite ironic because if you translate it from Afrikaans to English, it means white ass.
Really?
So a lot of people that come from South Africa that live in South Africa, but they don't speak Afrikaans, or they speak a little bit of Afrikaans, they always come to me and say, why is your company's name White Ass? And I say, no, it's a tree. You know, the tree has a very distinguished white bark to it. It's got especially the younger trees, has a very smooth white bark. Yeah. And as the tree gets older, it gets a bit more rough.
And it looks like a backside, or
okay. Sometimes they would sort of go straight up and then have a curve. Yeah. And it's usually there at that curve that it's white.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's where that comes from. It's actually quite an interesting tree. It's got many uses, and like for instance, it has a small little tiny yellow fruit.
Okay.
That
An edible fruit.
An edible fruit. It's
Okay.
it's actually such a sweet and nice fruit to eat.
Yeah.
And obviously the animals love eating the fruit and the leaves.
Yeah.
And way back, let's say in the 1800s, coffee wasn't very common in South Africa. It was very hard to get, especially more to the north.
Yeah.
And they actually used the roots of that tree.
Yeah.
To replace coffee. They roast. They would dry
an extract.
Yeah, they would cut the roots out and dry them in the sun.
Yeah.
And then roast them in the same way we would roast coffee.
Oh, okay.
And it actually tastes like coffee.
Yeah. Okay.
We've done it a couple of times that that we've talked about it with clients, and they said, "But can you make it?" And I said, "Yeah, for sure.
Of course.
It takes a little bit of time to dry it out and that kind of thing, but
it's possible.
It's possible,
Yeah.
and it really tastes like ordinary coffee.
Yeah, true.
Strange enough.
Hilardes, thank you very much for taking the time. And now we have to pack everything up. Mudstock is over, unfortunately. There's a year for the next one. I hope to see you here
I'm
next
definitely
year.
going to be here.
Yeah.
It's been such a great time at Mudstock, I must say. I've met so many nice people, had such nice experiences with them, and just the whole vibe and the culture, you know, of the off-road riders.
Yeah.
It
is a strong community.
It is.
It definitely is.
It's not something you can explain to a lot of people, but once you start getting into that lifestyle, it's very hard to get out of it.
Yeah.
It's really hard to get out of it, and
True.
you build up a big passion for it quickly.
They do. On that note, thank you very much.
It's my biggest pleasure.
Great, thank you.
And I hope seeing you guys in Africa.
Yeah, okay, so listen, we've got a deal.
Yeah.
We've seen you here, so you'll see us in Africa.
Yeah, for sure.
Great.